Hello, everybody, and happy Friday, and happy birthday to me, and happy Friday the 13th. So, since it's my birthday, and if you weren't born on the 13th, you can never have your birthday on this magical day. So, I decided that I wanted to talk a bit about the sort of mystery and the negative connotations that people have around Friday the 13th. And it was 2 days ago when I realized that I wanted to talk about this today because I knew my birthday was going to be on Friday the 13th this year. And I do remember it falling on Friday the 13th some years before. So anyway, I said, I'm going to talk about this. And I thought about it and I was like, why do people have this negative idea about Friday the 13th? Where does it come from? And so I was just listening to my inner teacher, my inner guidance, and what came through is that, first of all, currently in the world, most people govern or count their months in terms of the solar cycle, where there are only 12 months in the solar cycle. But when you hear the word month, it's very much connected with the word moon, right? It's like a moon. So, according to the lunar calendar, which is what we used in the past, there would be 13 months in what we consider to be 1 year. And it's very important because it connects with the woman's feminine energy, her monthly cycle, where in the monthly cycle, we have 4 seasons, 4 weeks. However, there are 13 of them. A healthy woman is going to have 14 lunar cycles. Not every woman actually bleeds per se, but she's still going through her cycles, and she's going to have her new moon at one point in that month, which would be the monthly bleeding, right? So since we are in the world of the solar, which is much more masculine, and we're not governing things as we did in the past according to the more feminine aspect of things, we believe, and we've been sort of programmed and brainwashed to connect 13 with a negative thing, when really all it's reminding us of is that the divine feminine energy is very important, right? So we can't omit her. And it being on a Friday is the day that we consider to be ruled by the planet Venus, or the divine energy of love and comfort. And it's also a very feminine energy. Venus rules the conveniences and the things that come with having a wife, having women, having love in your life, because women are responsible for love and creating balance and harmony in relationships. So Friday the 13th is like a Venus moon energy, right? 2 feminine energies, and it's very powerful. Women in the past, we control so much because of the fact that we have our lunar cycles and what that means and what that does energetically. So it's been considered a bad thing because we lived in an age, this last age that we're in, it sort of removed the feminine essence, the divine feminine energy from our daily life as much as possible, right? We're still here, but our sort of rituals, our connection with nature and all of those things had become demonized, right? So for me, as soon as I heard, oh, my birthday is falling Friday the 13th, I'm like, oh wow, look at that. Look how magical you are. Look at that, goddess. So, for me, I was excited, and I know that it's an amazing day. It's a portal. You can take advantage of this good energy to manifest good things into your life. And that sort of brings another topic that I felt like touching on, right? This has to do with the solar return, because that is what the birthday is. Since we talked about how the solar calendar basically tried to omit the feminine aspect and not give any importance to the lunar energy, right, which is more connected to women and the feminine aspect of life. So the solar return is an indication of the sun returning to the exact point it was during your birthday, which it takes a whole year to do that, right? So today is my solar return, with the sun entering Gemini, entering at 22, reaching, let's put it like that. The sun reached 22 degrees of Gemini. That's the moment of my solar return. What's a few degrees past 22? Okay, let me see how I can word this. It's at 22 degrees and just a little bit, so it doesn't reach 23. So that's the day of my solar return. And the solar return is important, but I want you to know that you have a lunar return as well. You have a lunar return every single month, so it doesn't take a year. You see how the moon is much more important, meaning every month the moon goes through all the signs, right? So it goes back to the sign it was at the time of your birth as well, every single month. The solar return takes a year, and that governs another aspect of our life, right? And it's our outer self, as opposed to the moon being more of the inner self. So when you have your solar return, and that's a specific moment in time where a chart is cast as well. There's specific energies. For example, for me today on my solar return, this year, at the time of my birth, the position of the planets and everything places me with Pisces ascendant, and all the planets that are in Aries will then be in my second house. I know that Saturn is in Aries. The North Node is in Aries. No, it's not. Is it? Yeah. And no, the North Node just left Aries. Okay, excuse me for my confusion, because I know the South Node is in Virgo. So the North Node is in Pisces right now. So that would be on my ascendant. And Saturn is in Aries, and Venus is in Taurus. Then, of course, the sun is in Gemini. It's my own sun. Mercury is in Gemini right now, I do believe. Jupiter just went into Cancer, so that would be my 5th house for this year. And Mars is in Leo, so that would be in my 6th house for this year. And all of those things give an idea of how things will align and play out for me energetically this year of my life during this new season. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that too, so that you can just have more understanding about how what's going on in the heavens does affect us in our daily life, right? If you are alive, you know astrology. You can't count numbers, you can't have a birthday, you can't see a sunrise or a moon set or witness time passing if there was no astrology, right? So those people who are so much inside of belief systems that say, oh, astrology is wrong, but yet they when they pray to heaven. So what is up there, right? What is governing things up there? So that's really what I just wanted to touch on today, and I hope I was able to demystify two things. One, about Friday the 13th being something so dark and negative, and then the second thing about astrology not holding any validity, okay? So once again, I'm wishing myself a very happy birthday. Oh, can you all see? Of course, I'm wearing jewelry that I made. I made this matching bracelet. Yes, I made it in different color schemes. All the same colors are in both designs, but I switched how I used the colors, right? Except I omitted the blue in this design, right? No, there has to be some blue. Let me come closer and see. Oh yeah, I omitted the blue in this design, but all the other colors that are in here are in both of these designs. You see? Actually, I got the idea to make this from this. So anyway, yes, I'm wishing myself again a very happy birthday, a happy 44th solar return. Here I am at 44. I'm wishing myself all the joy, prosperity, happiness, health, all the good things. And I'm so thankful. I was overwhelmed with how many sort of birthday wishes that I received from all over the place. And especially the words that my children said to me. That was just so, it just touched my heart so much. So, yeah. Maybe I'll come as the year progresses and as I see exactly how the energies of this solar return chart, my own solar return chart, are applying in my life and affecting me, I will share them with you, right? But I'm expecting good things. I'm expecting wonderful things. I like the positions that I see. Saturn in Aries is a little bit, but since it falls in my second house, then that doesn't, to me, it's a good thing. The second house has to do with value, and we love Saturn. It's just that Saturn in Aries, it slows down that energy of Aries, which is a very forward-moving energy. Saturn makes it slow down and takes its time. But having the sun in Gemini, which is my own sun sign, and then having Venus in Taurus. Venus, it is in its own sign, so it gives it a lot of power. And then Mars is not bad. It's not in a bad position in Leo. And Leo is my birth ascendant, right? So Mars is affecting me on my ascendant currently and for the whole year. That's also, Leo is my north node. So by transit, Mars is transiting my ascendant and my north node for the whole year. Yeah, so those are some good things, right? Jupiter just entered Cancer. Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, so it had been in Gemini for the last year and a half, just went into Cancer, so it's going to be there for the next year and a half. So it's exalted there, and it falls this year. That would be, by birth, it would be my 12th house. That has to do with your spiritual life, the unseen aspects of life. But by this solar return, Cancer is in my 5th house of fun, children, romance, true love, things like that. So we'll see how it's all going to play out. I believe that I can check. I don't have to guess. I'll tell you right now. Oh, the moon is in Capricorn too. I forgot to mention that. The moon is in Capricorn, and it's my 11th house for this solar return, but it will be my 6th house for in my birth chart, my natural birth chart. Mercury is in Cancer with Jupiter. It's not in Gemini with the sun. So good. I got to make that correction anyway. That's it for today. I love you all so much. I'll be talking to you all soon. Anybody who wants to support the work that I do, reach out to me. I can give you readings and explain your astrology to you, for you, your loved ones, your newborns, all of that. And of course, I can make you beautiful, amazing, beaded adornments. Okay? Much love.